What's going on, guys? Top Tier Gaming here, and today I am bringing you an Infernity deck profile. Now, this is a deck I've been playing recently, and I absolutely love this deck. Like, I will sit at my desk when I have free time, and sometimes I'll just solitaire this deck because it's like a super big puzzle that leads to a super big end board. Honestly, one of the most devastating boards in probably all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, you can end with like 12 negates, which is absolutely insane. So this deck is phenomenal when it pops off, and there's just been a lot of lists I've seen recently that are running, like, I don't want to say suboptimal lists, but I think they can definitely be improved on, and I've cut what are usually like 45 to 47 card lists down to what I think are the 40 best cards to be playing in Infernities. The biggest issue with the deck comes when you draw just like too many normal summons or too many bricks with not enough extenders or discard outlets. So I've tried my best to minimize on those and just maximize the efficiency of the deck. And I think I found a list that works really, really well. I'm going to leave a link in the video right now to a combo video that I've already recorded, and I highly recommend you guys watch the combo video. I'll also put it down in the description. I go through a lot of like test hands and plays the deck can do, and I come out with some really good boards, and honestly it just shows how consistent the deck is, how powerful Infernities can be. So I highly recommend checking that out. If you are also a fan of Infernities, please be sure to like and subscribe for more Infernity content. Hopefully I'll get some live duels with this. I'm going to do some editing on the test hand video. But yeah, I'm just going to explain my main deck, my extra deck, and sort of run through them. And yes, again, I highly recommend watching the combo video as well because it goes through a lot. So starting off, the one Archfiend, it's absolutely mandatory. He's the guy who's going to search your entire deck. The reason the deck works is finding him. Like, the objective of the deck is get to 0 cards in hand and away to special Archfiend, and you essentially have full combo. And no combo is the same. That's another thing I like about Infernities that you can see in the hand test video. But yeah, Archfiend, absolutely amazing, mandatory 1 of. Some people say, hey, bring him back to 3. I play the deck, and I don't even think that would be a good idea. That'd be wild. 1 Necromancer. This is going to seem kind of weird because Necromancer is usually at the bare minimum a 2 of. Most lists run 2 because there are like combos you can do with 2 Necromancers. However, I found even when I was running double Necromancer, the combos I was doing didn't lead to a board that was like better than the 1 Necromancer. And a big issue with this deck, again, that I mentioned earlier, is just drawing too many normal summons, too many bricks. Necromancer is one of those cards. As much as you want to see your Infernity cards, they're going to be the #1 reason that you lose the game if you can't combo, is you do like too many Necromancer, too many Mirage, the Avenger. You know, there's just too many bricks for the deck. So minimized on Necromancer, just the 1. You search it, you specialist Saryuja, Stygian, anything like that. The deck is still super consistent with 1 Necromancer, and I think that 1 is the way to go, unless your build specifically needs to do double Necromancer combos. Likewise, with the whole theme of minimizing the engine, Mirage is usually a 3 of. I am playing it at 2. You can still do your entire full combo with 2 Mirage. You're going to use this card 4 or 5 times. But again, just opening Mirage is such an easy way to lose. If you see 2 Mirage, your hand might be done. So yeah, just cut it down to 2. It's very, very important. It's essentially Infernity Launcher on legs. You want to at least play 2, and even though it can be a Mega Brick, you know, I'm still going to run 2 because the card really is that good. On to some 1 of, like, support Infernities. We have the 1 Patriarch, honestly one of the best new Infernity cards. Well, I'm going to call it new. I mean, it's kind of old now. But yeah, just absolutely phenomenal to be able to just extend into Dagaris off of your first Archfiend and essentially just get a free extender and an additional search. And then his Grave effect is super important because it protects your end board. 1 Wildcat, again, another very important addition to the deck. Being a tour guide target's amazing. Being a tuner is amazing. A level 3 tuner is great. And his ability to like discard Infernities as a special summon can be useful in your more dead hands. And the 1 Avenger, he's like the most important tuner. He's like your 001 or whatever. He's like, you don't want to draw him unless you can already like super extend past a certain point. But he is mandatory for the list because he's how you're going to make a lot of your synchro plays. So yes. Then we have 3 tour guides, 100% the best starter in the entire deck because it can just do so much. I mean, I guess Archfiend's technically the best starter. But this is usually how you're going to get to Archfiend. If you open Tour Guide, you're usually in a pretty good spot. And you can go into so many places with cards like Edge Imp Sabers and Fiendish Rhino Warrior. Just such a good card. And Cherubini is one of the best cards for getting to your combo. You have to maximize on 3 Tour Guide. And this is, again, like if you draw too many normal summons, like you draw multiple Tour Guides or Tour Guide in a different level 3 normal summon, she can special summon from hand, which is a -1, And I'm probably going to say -1 a lot in this video, but -1s in this deck are actually a good thing because it gets you closer to 0 cards. So her being a -1 from hand is great. So maximize on 3 tour guide for sure. And my dog needs to leave the room. That's pretty cool. How unprofessional during a deck profile. Anyways, back to it after I've let my dog out. Some tour guide targets or just level 3 fiends in general. One Edge Imp Saber, just absolutely amazing card, and one of the best things to summon off tour guide. Because if you have too many cards in hand, it can put it to where, like, you put a card from the top of your deck, or from your hand to the top of the deck. So, and then it special summons itself, so it's an extender while -1ing from your hand, which is amazing. Yeah, it can also set up plays with Archfiend. Like, you can put Archfiend to the top of your deck and then activate a draw spell that doesn't like make Archfiend miss timing and combo from there. Super important and starts a lot of plays. The mandatory Rhino Warrior, because it can dump any like fiend monster, which can be Stygian, can be Archfiend. Most importantly, it can be Eris. And Eris is probably one of the most important cards in the deck because it can search Infernity Archfiend straight to your hand. All of these like one of tour guide targets or Cherubini targets are just so mandatory, so important for the list. But if you draw them, they're just normal summons, right? Like, you can't like open a hand and see multiple Rhino Warrior. You don't ever want to see like multiple Eris or even Edge Imp Saber. So they're just one-ofs, they're normal summons. You want to minimize on them, but you have to run them. Then we have some dangers. We have the Jackalope, the Tsuchinoko, and the one Mothman. So Jackalope, Tsuchinoko, they're pretty obvious, and the one Mothman is just like an additional danger you could summon off Jackalope, or its effect's really good for this deck too because again, you either want to just like discard bricks or draws or discard bricks and then draw cards to see a hand that plays, or the draw and discard's very good for, you know, getting new cards and dumping things like Stygian Street Patrol or Eris, anything like that. The dangers just work very nicely in the deck because they put monsters on the board while also either drawing you new combo pieces or just thinning your hand. Yeah, super good cards, mandatory. Like, you could go up to 42 probably and run multiple Mothman. I haven't actually tested if that's like better than a 40 card list with one Mothman, but sometimes the dangers don't get there and it's really weird. So again, I just want to play 40 cards so I can play like the 40 best possible cards, I think, and this is the danger package I'm running. Just very, very good. And then 2 Gillosaurus. This is a very go first extender, but it's like the easiest extender to use. If your opponent just hand trapped you, like, that kind of sucks because they're going to get a monster, but it probably won't matter. You can run like Kagamucha Knight over this, or you can run like Psychic Tracer and the Wielder, because those are also pretty good, but Gillosaurus is so free, it requires nothing, you just special summon it. It's the most consistent extender, I think, but yeah, you have other options if you don't want to play Gillosaurus. And then 2 Stygian Street Patrol. This is one of the main combo starters. Getting this in graveyard is very, very important because it can special Archfiend, special Necromancer. Most importantly, it can special Mirage, and it's going to be one way you keep your plays going. Leviering this back is really good, so this is a mandatory card to play. You can run 3 of it because it can actually like fix your hand. Like Stygian can summon Stygian, you get that Stygian engrave, etc. It can like empty your hand out of fiends pretty quickly, but again, at the end of the day, it's just another normal summon, and like drawing too many normal summons is the end of your career, so definitely want to minimize those. Now for the best starter in the entire deck, alongside Tour Guide, is the 3 Void Apocalypse. This card is bonkers. You discard a card, any card, to send a fiend monster from your deck to the graveyard. So you can like discard things like Stygian Street Patrol, and then send like Archfiend Eris, add the Archfiend, and that's just full combo by itself. Like, you open this in Rhino Warrior, that's full combo. This Rhino Warrior is full combo. This Stygian Street Patrol is full combo. Like, if you open this in Tour Guide, that's also full combo. Like, this card is so insane. One of the reasons to play 40, I think, is to draw this card as quickly as possible. Usually in your opening would be ideal, because if you don't play first turn, you're probably going to lose. And then seeing it with Tour Guide is also a big deal, because that's just so much gas, and you can get into more than just like your standard board when you see Void Apocalypse and Tour Guide. So very powerful 2-card combo. 3 Allure of Darkness. Draw spells are very important in Infernities, because if you don't open combo, they can help you get there. Allure also is able to set up plays because of Levier as well. But if you already have combo, sometimes you just need to set cards so you can get 0 cards in hand. And that's where draw spells are just very good in Infernities, because you can just set them and combo off. So yeah, 3 Allure of Darkness, it gets you to combo, which is very important. And then 3 Drag Down from the Grave. This is probably one of the most important draw spells in the deck because of everything it does. First of all, it's a -1, so that's very, very good for the deck. It also dumps bricks like Archfiend Eris, Danger, Stygian Street Patrol, Rhino Warrior. Like, it can get all those bricks out of your hand if you save them for your like last card. And then even more important, it gets hand traps out of your opponent's hand, which is very, very good. So this card, absolutely phenomenal. Mandatory 3 for just being able to get rid of hand traps, dump bricks in grave, and try to see your combo. And really cheeky with this card because it's not like Upstart Goblin that makes your opponent gain 1,000 life points, which makes Archfiend miss timing. If you draw Archfiend off of this card, you can special summon him and go off. So you can like Edge him Saber, Archfiend to the top of your deck, and then drag down him and draw and then extend, and you have full combo. 1 Into the Void. This is a really cool draw spell and better than Upstart Goblin, not because of like the life point gain thing, but if you draw Into the Void, you can actually use Barricade Board Blocker to discard a card to get closer to 0 cards in hand, because this will empty your hand at the end phase. So Board Blocker will add back, and you can use Into the Void to discard it, so you keep your barriers alive. So that's really cool. And then the Upstart, pretty generic. It's more than just like 39 card deck in this list, because you can use it like you can just set it. It's just a draw spell like everything else. But you can end up like drawing into combo pieces with this mid combo, and that's like really good. Card Destruction, probably the sackiest draw card in the deck, because you can discard multiple bricks or set it up to where like Edge of Saber, top deck Archfiend, draw it with Card Destruction. It's just so good. It's like a mandatory run in Infernities. Then we have the 1 Launcher, the 1 Zero Max. I'm playing this over Succession because if you get like Nibiru or something, like this is a revival spell you can use to bring stuff back and come back from Nibiru, while also like summoning your Necromancer. So Succession in most combos will do it the same way, but this does it a little better at coming back from devastating hand traps. And then Monster Reborn. Another reason to play 40 cards is Saryuja will more often find cards like these, specifically these two. Like after you've thinned quite a bit, you can Saryuja draw and draw into extenders like these, and your board will end up absolutely insane. So yeah, those are just super good. They also start combos, like you can just dump Archfiend off a Cherubini. Well, you send Rhino and then send Archfiend off Cherubini, and then any revival spell will bring it back and let you play. 1 for 1, 1 Foolish. These are just power 1-ofs. This is a -1, or they're both -1s, which is amazing. And then this gets you Mirage, and this gets any combo piece. So very, very good cards. Then you have 2 Infernity Barrier and 1 Suppression. So this is my trap lineup. Definitely a little different. There are lists that are a 3 Barrier and a Break, most commonly. Like you can definitely run Break. There's like boards in this deck where you can end with Abomination, so Break is very good for that. But Suppression acts as a Called by the Grave, which is amazing, and it can save you from like Ash Blossom, Bells, Nibiru, Ghost Ogre, anything like that. So Infernity Suppression is very, very good. But also, you don't need 3 Barrier. Like, drawing multiple traps will just make it harder for you to combo unless the rest of your hand's really, really good. So normal summons and trap cards, they just don't get you there. So I wanted to minimize on those too. So I took out at least 1 trap. You'll never need more than 2 Barrier. Like, you're going to get all 3 of these at your end board. And that is definitely enough, because you're just going to use these to negate cards like Dark Ruler No More, Droplets if they don't discard a trap. Cards that your Apollousa, Borreload Savage, and Herald of the Arclight can't negate. That's what Barrier is for. So yeah, you should never need more than this, and you're going to search them all the time. So that is the main deck. On to extra deck. We have 1 Cherubini, probably the best Link 2. He's just such a good combo starter and gets you to at least 50% of your combos. And if you check out the combo video that I linked, you'll see how often you come up with Cherubini. Beat Cop is just a generic Link 2. You can use to clear board space. Same thing with Barricade Board Blocker, but if you draw Into the Void, you can actually use this thing's effect, which is just bonkers. And then Crystron Hauki Fibrax is definitely one of the main play starters, because you take... One of the objectives is to find a Infernity tuner, either Wildcat or Avenger, and you make Halki Fibrax and search the other one. If you search Wildcat, it makes nice Levier plays. You search Avenger, you can go to 100 Eyes Dragon very, very easily. Halki Fibrax also just like helps you link climb as well, so 100% mandatory. Unicorn is for like when you do happen to have to go second, you can like clear cards with this, but also it's just a link 3 that helps you go into Abomination with easier link climbing, so that's very good. Double Saryuja, some lists play 3. I don't think you actually need it. 2 is definitely more than enough. And by more than enough, I mean exactly enough, because you can't play 1. Yeah, you're going to go through both of these almost every game. If you open the stones, you don't have to go into the second one, but you can use Saryuja to fix hands and have more extenders than you need, and very, very powerful card. Mostly to special summon the extra normal summons you're searching, like Mirage, Necromancer, so you can keep playing. One Appaloosa, part of your end board. She's just going to have 4 negates, and she's one of the best things in combo decks like this, because that's super, super good. Abomination, you're not going to make this every first turn board. This is for when you open like the stones or like just can get there. It's also for going second. For going second, this card's great. Like I wanted Unicorn and this for going second cards in the extra deck, because at least one game in a set, you're going second more than likely. So yeah, Abomination is really good for that, and ending your board, like ending standard combo and Abomination is crazy because it gives you way more damage than you need to OTK the next turn, and the pops and end phase are very good, so Abomination, just a good card. You can run like Dawn Dragster over this for some crazier first turn boards, but then your extra deck has like nothing great going second, so yes. 2 Levier, a lot of games you're going to go through both of these because it recycles Mirage, which like we're running 2, but because of these, this is like 4 Mirage, and 100 Eyes Dragons is like the 5th Mirage. So this is going to mostly summon Mirage or Stygian Street Patrol, and it's just going to extend your combos even more. The one Dugaris you make with the Patriarch and the Archfiend, and like Mothman can help you go into this sometimes. Very good card. 100 Eyes Dragon, one of the best things in Infernities because it is essentially like a reset combo, or like if you mess up, this can help you fix it. It gets you an additional search. It banishes a Mirage for Levier. Like this card is fantastic. Definitely at least a one of. If you have space, I guess you can run multiples, but I'm not even running 3 barriers, so I would never need that, just 1. And the extra deck's so tight. And then the Arclight and the Savage. So your end board for standard combo is this. This is going to have a Saryuja equipped to it. You're going to have, this is going to be 4 negates. This is going to be 4 negates. You're going to have 2 barriers. I don't even know if the whole camera can see this, but I'm just going to hope it can. And you're going to have Archfiend on your field as well in attack position. This is standard combo you make in like your average hands. If you have a crazy hand, then you also get Abomination with this, which is super, super good. So yeah, this is what Infernities can do. If you want to see how to get there, you can check out my combo video. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 negates with like a Floodgate, 4400 Savage, and a pop at every end phase. So yeah, it's very hard to find decks that can make crazier boards than this. This board is massive and almost impossible to out. And if you open absolutely crazy, you can also end with a Necromancer in attack, which means like 1 Kaiju doesn't break your 3 interrupts here. But even if like your opponent Kaijus you, like they Kaiju the Archfiend, you still have 9 negates. So 4 monster negates, 2 Omni negates in a turn, but that's hard to get past for a regular hand as well. So yep, this was the Infernity deck profile. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe. If you have any changes you would make to the list, or maybe I've missed something that I can run, then feel free to leave in the comments. I'll definitely look at the feedback. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, this was Top Tier Gaming. Bye, YouTube.